Hey everyone, Josh here on day 3 of not quite sure what we're calling this anymore, but wanted to check in. Been kind of a crazy day today. We've been doing a lot of user validation, talking with a lot of different clients, some potential partners on the project, and also talked with some friends that are in the VC space. And um, it feels like I've got the direction I want to head in, which is the user validation angle. I think we had talked a little bit about that yesterday, that it was feeling pretty good. And after looking at the competitors in the space and the market opportunity, I think we've got something that can be part product, part consultation, almost a do it, you do it yourself, we do it with you, or we do it for you sort of a model. And it's something we've deployed other kind of product lines in that way. And what I'm seeing is taking some steps from the lean canvas that we talked about yesterday. Is who's the target customer, what's their problem, how severe or frequent is their problem, and then kind of the big question here is, do you have access to the market? I want to jump over that right now and circle back around to it. But basically, what else we need to collect is, who else is solving the problem in the market? How do you differentiate? What's your unfair advantage? And then kind of an interview section or widget here. The question I'm trying to ask myself and ask our customers is, if you don't currently have access to 20 people that you can ask questions of in the market, is this something that you should be doing? And it actually came up on a call this afternoon when one of the recommendations, we're trying to validate a couple things. We started talking about pricing models around this. And one of the directions I wanted to take this was possibly a freemium model. And the advisor on the call, his name is Josh as well, he was urging us to go in the other direction towards more of I'd call it an enterprise model. It was more of a we'll do it for you sort of a model, and skip over a freemium and a paid and go straight to the do it for you, prove the model, generate some revenue. And I don't disagree with that. That's something I coach a lot of clients on, of try to get there without building anything out as well. The problem is I don't have a deep enough access to that market that is willing to pay $2 or $3 grand, on a 1 week validation. I think we can get there. I think we can get access to that, but that's not the current audience that we have in front of us. And so, at the risk of being a hypocrite and telling people to do one thing and doing something else, I think that's a phase 2 rollout for us. And the direction I would really like to take this is towards a freemium and an upgraded paid model. And I don't see freemium as a pricing model. I see it as a model of user acquisition. And so what that means is that we need to get really good at stickiness within the app and usability, so that they can come in and have enough free access in the app or the tool that they enjoy using it, but there's a hook to get them into the next level, the paid for version. So that's what we've come up with today. We've done a lot of customer interviews, talked to a lot of resource partners, helping us trying to frame this in. This is really starting to feel pretty good. Really what I'm seeing, I'm just looking at some of my notes here. What we're talking on next is tomorrow we're going to be looking at some resource books and kind of how we're going to be taking best practices. If we're talking, some books like the Lean Startup, Start with Why, kind of some bigger picture pieces, and trying to hone some resources into where are we getting our inspiration from? How are we using something that's been proven in the market, and not trying to reinvent the wheel, but just provide a really, really good product. So at the end of the day, I feel strong on the freemium acquisition model. I do agree with when I talked with Josh today, our someone who's helping advise us on the direction. One big takeaway he gave us was dive into what is the problem we're trying to solve. So I'm going to be working with the team internally and really how to frame this to get, we like to use a benefit statement of I do X for Y so that they can Z. Really like to frame that in. And so we'll be working with our internal team and trying to get a stronger positioning statement for us. And as this evolves, it's starting to feel pretty good, but I'd love your feedback, love your comments, and kind of how we're approaching this and trying to dog food this product ourselves. And yeah, thanks for day 3. It's been a while since I've been consistent 3 days in a row on something. So I'll see how far we can take this. So it's 8:50 Tuesday night. Everyone have a good evening.